Welcome to Skypodcast.
A Spotify exclusive. And we're back.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Another day with Sky Fam. And I think we have a letter for today, love.
Yes, we have a letter from the sky today. Oh, look at it. It's
Bakit pag gabi yung podcast natin, ganyan yung voice mo?
Because I'm so sleepy. I need to be chill. At the start of the day when we usually record our podcast, I'm always like, oh yeah, this is our podcast. But now I'm like, oh my God, I woke up at 5 a.m. I'm so tired. It's time for me to use my bedroom voice.
So, kaya pa naman. Nag-nap ka naman.
I know, but now I'm really tired. Like, it's time for bed. Pero this is our pang good night to the Sky Fam. So, basahin natin. Actually, it's not a letter, love. This is from our private Facebook group, the Sky Podcast Facebook group. And it's from an anonymous member, and sabi niya, Hi, Sky Fam. Genuinely asking lang po how to stop overthinking. Kasi it's not him that's the problem, but it's me. I always overthink things. Kahit naman malinaw na mahal niya ako at hindi naman siya gagawa ng mali. Pero yun nga po, I always overthink things. Baka naman matulungan niyo ako how to overcome pagiging overthinker ko.
I think a lot of us can relate to this question. And I think a lot of us are dealing, at some point in our lives, dealt with this kind of problem.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just in relationships. I think it's overthinking in general. Like, does my boss like me? Or does my friend, is she talking about me behind my back? Or all of these things. Like, our brain can sometimes wander and go down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even like interactions that are fairly innocent. Tapos, nabibigyan ng meaning hanggat sa ang lalim ng naabutan.
Or like, you know how sometimes when we were younger, we would walk into a club and then we'd feel like everyone's staring at us?
Yes, but no
That's
one is.
just our head thinking
Yes.
that people care about us when we enter a room. But in reality, maybe they're looking to see lang, ay, baka kilala ko. Ah, hindi pala. Okay, move on. But when somebody looks at you, sometimes we think, oh my God, he's judging me. Diba?
Yes.
It's an overthinking thing.
Oh, and I think it's like a train of thought. It's like
Yes.
from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another. And especially when you're dealing with a lot of things in life, whether it's relationships, whether it's work, basta pag may problema ka, lalo pa siyang dumadagdag at dumadagdag.
When you overthink, lalo siya naging problema. Diba?
Yes.
And I think I'm super guilty of this also before. I mean, a lot of us are naman. But as you said, it's a trainable thing. And I think I've trained myself to be a little bit less of an overthinker compared to before. Kasi now I still overthink.
Pero meron naman din mga people that we know that they overthink, I think, with the letter sender na sobrang lalim na talaga na lahat ng angles hinahanapan. And it's detrimental to not just yourself, but relationships also. Because, for example, in this case, like if you were to overthink the relationship, and usually the question when it comes to overthinking is, what else can go wrong? Or ano pa yung mga mali? It's always towards the negative side.
Yeah.
And baka madadagdagan natin ang meaning ng mga bagay na hindi.
Yeah.
Or, alam mo yung pag may crush ka, and then nag-text ka, and then it takes you so long to send a message because pinag-isipan mo talaga. And then pag sagot niya, it takes her like 2 hours. Or while you're waiting for that answer, ang dami mo nang, hala, baka ayaw na niya ako, baka ganyan.
Maybe she doesn't like me as much. Or, is she playing with me? Is she waiting longer than I texted her? Parang, di ba may ganun pa?
Yeah.
Ah, sige, kung nag-text siya ng 2 hours, sige, ako mga 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Ganun. Pag gustong-gusto mo talaga, yung parang, sasagutin ko na ba to? Or yung parang
Baka
later
too
ko na.
easy naman if I answer too needy.
Mukha naman ako hindi busy. Wala ginagawa sa buhay. Parang.
But you know what? It's funny because sometimes we're just really playing with ourselves, no?
Oo, kasi a lot of times, this has happened to me. Ako yung on the end of the overthinker. And then, parang, a lot of times, it's just that the person is may ginagawa. Or, like parang, like, legitimate yung mga reasons nila. They like me naman, pero parang, hindi naman sila atat na nagre-reply agad.
Yeah.
Yung ganyan.
Meron akong dinedate before na sinabi niya sa akin na lahat daw ng mga captions ko sa Instagram, sabi niya, I was writing it for him.
Pinaparinig mo siya?
Pinaparinig ko daw siya. Pero, alam mo yung wala ka na maisip, so nilagay mo na lang, at least before, yung mga captions ng song, mga lyrics ng song, kasi wala ka na maisip. At that time, I was posting on Instagram like, every 2 hours?
And uso din yun dati.
Uso din yun
mga
dati
caption na motivational
lyrics.
or lyrics.
As in, sa akin, ginugol ko lang siya kasi wala akong maisip or narinig ko lang siya sa radio, so yun ang tinype ko. Ganun lang. Pero sa overthinker niya, siguro sa things he was going through that time, he thought it was for him. So parang dangerous din siya kasi on one hand, you're overthinking, you're making yourself feel bad, even though there's nothing to worry about. Diba?
Yes.
And then, nag-suffer pa yung relationship mo kasi you're putting pressure on the relationship na, bakit ka ganyan? Bakit ganyan? Bakit sinasabi mo to? Tapos yung other party naman, ano yan?
Yeah.
Diba?
I feel like a lot of overthinking, if I were to break it down, I feel like it's mostly because there's a level of something, or inexperience would be a better term. A lot of it would be from there. Like parang this is new territory, this is new. So there's a lot of anxiety involved. Hindi ba ganun?
Maybe insecurity also going into something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kasi,
or unsure ka about it.
there's a lot of uncertainty.
Uncertainty, yeah.
And those uncertainties parang namumultiply. Especially, I think, when I was younger, yung mga, when I was starting to date pa, ang dami kong mga anxious moments and I tended to overthink that. And then as I got more and more mature, more experience with the dating scene and everything, you kind of are a lot easier about it. I would imagine my first time on a stage talking to a lot of people. Diba, ang dami mong pinaisipan. Ang layo na, what if matumba ako? What if walang boses na lalabas? What if makakalimutan ko lahat ng mga minemorize ko? What if ganito? What if they don't like me? What if someone throws something at me while I'm on stage? Ang dami mong mga what ifs. And it's because kulang pa siya sa experience.
Yeah.
And ang daming mga uncertainty because you've never done it before.
Yeah. Sometimes when we have younger friends that ask us relationship advice, parang when I hear it, or when we hear it, love, parang it's nagkiklik agad sa heads natin. Na, bakit? Di, mali yan. Or ito dapat. Or bakit ganyan? Pero sa kanila, parang question mark lahat. Diba? Kasi syempre, they're still going through it, which we understand.
Yes.
Medyo may edad na rin kami talaga ni Slater. But parang, it's exactly that. It's the lack of experience. Diba? Na parang, you really tend to overthink because you don't know what to expect and you don't know what the other party is expecting also.
Yes.
So, like, once you go through that all, there are so many things that you realize, diba? Like, not just when it comes to love, but also when it comes to relationships or your work, diba?
Pero I feel like that's just one aspect. There are more aspects to all these overthinking. Like, hindi naman niya pwedeng sabihin na nag-overthink ako because this is the first time I'm in a relationship or in a particular relationship with this person. It's also, baka there are other causes of these insecurities and
maybe parang na-hurt na siya dati. Diba? It's something that she went through before and she's going through it again. Something like that.
I feel like it will never truly disappear.
Yeah.
These certain anxieties. And part of overthinking, you can say it's bad, but sometimes meron din siya good side because you're able to prepare yourself for
what's to come. Parang hindi ka as vulnerable kasi napag-isipan mo na kung eto mangyayari, eto yung solution ko. Parang gano'n.
Ang mali lang siguro dito or what's detrimental is when it kind of consumes you. Like for
Eats
example,
you up inside.
If I have a certain situation, let's say for example, I have a speech I have to do, then let's say a wedding speech na sobrang takot ako. There's ways around getting that anxiety and overthinking out. Just hindi naman totally eliminate, but let's say for example, practice ako ng practice, or like I prepare a long time beforehand. So, nami-minimize ko siya. Pero, meron ding other side of like, it's consuming your each and every waking hour. Yung, ano bang mangyayari
Hindi
nito?
ka na nakakatulog.
Hindi na ako nakakatulog.
That's all you can talk about. That's all you can think about. Hindi ka nakakakain.
Yeah.
Parang unhealthy na siya for you.
Yeah, I remember this quote that my lola told my dad. And my dad was talking to my mom about it. And kasi sinasabi natin yung mga uncertainty and it's more of the younger generation. Pero yung generation ng dad ko, meron din silang ganyan eh. I remember, my dad was stressed out about something about work. This was like, sobrang bata pa talaga ako. And sinabihan siya ng mom niya na, if you lose sleep over your problems, hindi pa rin masosolve yung mga problema mo. Kung iisipin mo lang yan, wala kang solution na mangyayari. Better to get a good night's sleep and solve it in the morning.
You know what? That's so true. If you guys want to hear the full episode, you can
Check us out on Spotify.
Spotify.